Stargates slammed shut. A human navigator smiled and walked through anyway. The Galactic Council's emergency session had lasted 14 standard hours. Representatives from 67 species huddled in their environmental suits, their translators crackling with panic as the news spread through the chamber like wildfire. "The Void Wraiths have seized control of the primary gate network," announced Counselor Zethkari, her chitinous frame trembling. "All major stargates between the core worlds and the outer rim have been locked down. They're demanding complete surrender of the rim colonies." A chorus of distressed sounds filled the chamber. The Tenthari delegation's bioluminescent patches flickered in rapid patterns of fear. The crystalline Nexari chimed discordantly, their harmonic language breaking into chaotic noise. Navigator Sarah Chen sat quietly in the human section, her fingers drumming against her thigh as she listened. The other species were already discussing evacuation protocols, abandonment strategies, and negotiation terms. Typical, she thought. Always looking for the easy way out. "The situation is hopeless," wheezed Ambassador Grultox through his methane respirator. "Without the gates, it would take centuries to reach the outer rim colonies through conventional FTL. By then, the Void Wraiths will have harvested every world. Perhaps we should consider their terms," began another voice. "No." Sarah stood up, her simple human voice cutting through the alien cacophony like a blade through silk. The chamber fell silent, thousands of eyes, sensors, and optical organs turning toward the small primate from Sol 3. Navigator Chen, Counselor Zethkari's translator, struggled with the human's designation. "Your species has only been part of the galactic community for 30 years. You cannot possibly understand the magnitude of this crisis." Sarah smiled, that peculiar human expression that had unsettled aliens for 3 decades. "You're right. I don't understand your crisis, but I understand my job." She walked to the center of the chamber, her boots clicking against the crystalline floor. "You see those stargates as the only way to travel between worlds. We see them as a convenience." A ripple of confusion passed through the assembly. The Koranian delegate, whose species had built the gate network millennia ago, spoke up. "Human, the gates manipulate space-time itself. Without them, faster-than-light travel is limited to basic jump drives with severe range restrictions." "Limited by whose standards?" Sarah's grin widened. "My ship can make the journey to the outer rim. It'll take me 3 weeks instead of 3 minutes, but I'll get there." "Impossible," hissed the Serpentine Vastai representative. "Your primitive vessels cannot sustain such a journey. The power requirements alone, see, that's where you're wrong." Sarah pulled out a small device projecting a holographic display of a sleek, angular vessel. "This is the U.S. determination. Human-built, human-crewed, and designed for one thing. Going places other ships can't." The hologram rotated, showing the ship's unusual configuration. Unlike the elegant curves of most galactic vessels, it was all sharp angles and brutal efficiency. "Your ship designs prioritize comfort, efficiency, and integration with existing infrastructure," Sarah continued. "Ours prioritize one thing, getting the job done no matter what." Counselor Zethkari leaned forward. "Even if your vessel could somehow reach the outer rim, what could one ship accomplish against an entire Void Wraith fleet?" Sarah's expression turned predatory. "You're thinking like prey again? The Void Wraiths control your gates because you made yourselves dependent on them. They're sitting in their command ships, probably laughing about how easy this was." She manipulated the hologram, showing the gate network's control architecture, but they made one mistake. They assumed everyone thinks like you do. They closed the front door and ignored the fact that humans have been climbing through windows for millennia. "I don't understand your metaphor," admitted the Nexari delegate, their crystalline voice chiming uncertainly. "Then let me be clearer." Sarah's smile disappeared, replaced by the cold focus that had made humanity's rapid expansion possible. "I'm going to fly my ship to the outer rim, locate the Void Wraith command vessel, and put a plasma torpedo through their bridge. Then I'm going to broadcast the unlock codes for your precious gates." The chamber erupted in protests, but Sarah continued speaking over them. "The Void Wraiths made the same mistake every bully makes. They assumed their victims would stay victims. But humans don't negotiate with terrorists, and we don't abandon our allies. This is suicide," protested Grultox.
"Even if you somehow survive the journey, you'll be facing hundreds of warships."
"Will I?" Sarah's eyes gleamed. Or will I be facing hundreds of sitting ducks who think they're untouchable because they control the only method of travel anyone uses? She turned toward the chamber's exit. The UES determination launches in 6 hours. Anyone who wants to send additional ships with me is welcome to try keeping up. As she reached the door, Counselor Zethkari called out, Navigator Chen, why would you risk everything for colonies that aren't even human? Sarah paused without turning around. Because that's what humans do. We don't abandon people just because the easy path gets blocked. We find another way and we get the job done. 3 weeks later, as the first freed ships began pouring through the newly opened gates, the Galactic Council received a transmission from the Outer Rim. The image showed Sarah Chen standing on the bridge of her battered but victorious vessel, with the smoking remains of Void Wraith command ships visible through the viewport behind her. Gates are back online, she reported with characteristic understatement. See you when I get home. The transmission ended, but her words echoed through the chamber long after the screen went dark. For the first time in galactic history, an entire species had learned a fundamental truth about humanity. When the universe slams a door in their face, humans don't look for another door. They make their own.